Welcome back, it's Paul with Expert Investor Tips. Today we're going to talk about the 3 best tools you can use to filter tenants when filling one of your rental properties, when you have a vacancy. So I use 2 services. One is tenantverification.ca, tenantverification.ca. It's simply a service that where you submit all the tenants' relevant data and they process it, do a credit check, and give you a bunch of feedback on the tenant. And the second service I use is something called neighborly.com, and that's spelled Naborly.com, neighborly.com. That one's unique. It's probably one of my favorites right now as of 2018. And what they do is a similar service. You log in, you send an electronic application to the tenant. Okay, so you put in their email, their name, the address they're applying for, and Neighborly sends the tenant an application, and the tenant has to fill it out completely online. And Neighborly will ask them for their pay stub, their income verification. They'll ask if they have any pets. If they have pets, Neighborly will ask them to submit a picture of the pet. And they'll go through some unique processing and verification processes in order to let you know exactly what you're getting out of this tenant. And in the end, they score it. I don't know how they score it or what their formula is, but they give you a predictable score on how well this tenant is going to behave in the property, or how they predict that the tenant is, how long they predict the tenant's going to stay in the property, how likely are they to pay their rent. Again, don't ask me how they calculate this formula, but they do give you a list, and a number of these questions are answered. I find it a very valuable tool, and they're looking into things that I would never think to look into. So I recommend you check them out. The third one I use quite often is my gut feeling. So I know it's not scientific, but after you've been doing this a little while, you tend to get a little bit of a gut feeling about people if you ask enough questions. Okay? So if I'm not planning to use a service or a tenant verification service, or someone's coming to me and wanting a unit quickly, and I'm going to go through that process. I'm going to have them fill out a paper application. I'm going to ask them for their income verification, and I'm going to ask them questions about where they live, where they've lived, and what their situation is, why they're looking to rent, what their goals are. And I might ask questions that might even seem inappropriate, but what I'm trying to do is get to know the person. Because if I can get to know the person, I can understand what and why and what their motivation is. And I find that knowing that helps me be comfortable with the person, and it helps me connect with them more and actually be a better landlord. So I suggest you do the same too, whether you use a verification service or not. Until next time, if you have any questions, again, shoot me an email, paul@rockstarbrokerage.com. If you'd like a consultation with me about investment properties or what the best methods are for tenant verification, again, shoot me an email, paul@rockstarbrokerage.com. If you like a really awesome tool you can use to analyze your properties, investmentpropertyanalyzertool.com. Until next time.